A bench on the park is far from the most private place for thoughts in Luxburn, considering its location at the heart of a bustling city. But in the early hours of the morning, it provides enough peace and quiet for any poor problematic soul who happens to wander here. The city is just waking up, a little later than usual. But knowing what day it is, one can't fault it for being a little tardy just this once. Yet neither the pleasant morning chill nor the soft twittering of birds does anything to banish the images. Every single one has rooted itself in my head, its claws digging deeper in what is no longer a safe place to hide in.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Take a key and lock him up, lock him up, lock him up. Take a key and lock him up, my fair lady.
Hello, random child?
London Bridge is falling down,
Alright.
falling down.
It used to be easy, finding some pretense of peace under the guise of sheer optimism, following regular routine. Now I don't know what to make of it. Sometimes it's easier to run, easier to hide when everything's falling apart. That way, you don't have to be the first to witness it when it does. It worked when things went bad with the movie, after all. It also worked when Ma and Pa were taken from us. Maybe it really is better if I just...
Hey, mister!
Oh, thank goodness. Hello. That was you singing, eh, small child? You have your own sprite and everything. And who may you be? The tiny voice gives me a pause. When I look up, a little girl, maybe about 6 or 7, is peering at me. 2 wide eyes overflowing with what can only be the natural curiosity one typically sees in children. I vaguely note the St. Goretti uniform she's wearing before returning her greeting.
Hey kid.
Kylie.
Hi, Kylie. What possessed you to talk to a random stranger this morning?
Kylie?
That's my name. Mama said it's rude not to call people by their names.
Did your mama tell you not to talk to strangers? She then flops down on the empty space beside me. Her little leg, still too short to touch the ground, swings in tune with a song she hums under her breath. I don't mind kids. Nana would often invite the ones in our old neighborhood to give them treats. Of course, by then Sis and I were both too old to play with them, but you get used to the commotion eventually. It's not completely as unpleasant as most people would imply. Kylie seems to be a well-behaved kid anyway.
Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you, Kylie. Is Mama here?
No, but my big brother's with me. He's taking pictures with his camera over there.
Oh, a fellow photographer. She points to the far end of the park, the one closest to the street, where a kid is taking shots of... something above him. It doesn't look to be birds, because all there is on that side of the park are buildings.
I don't see what's so interesting with the tip of a building, though. I'd take pictures of dogs if I were him. They're cuter.
I will agree that that is a strange choice of taking pictures.
Do you have a camera too, mister?
Yeah, I'm actually a photographer.
Mama said I'm too young to get a camera.
Aww.
I'm sure your mama will eventually give you one. But won't you be late for school like this?
Big brother will get us there on time. Rowan promised Papa. We aren't going to be late. It's sports day. So it's not good if you keep looking like that today. If it ends up raining and we lose, it's your fault.
Are you implying I have, like, a stormy countenance? I'm summoning the rain with my gloomy expression.
All right, I'll try not to upset the clouds today, kid.
Is it because you're sick, mister?
Before I know it, a smile has spread over my face. They say kids ask the toughest questions sometimes, and they sure do with how sincere Kylie looks. Lying feels like doing her a huge disservice.
No, not sick. Just having a very, very bad day.
Yeah, I had like a monster on my bed and it like reached for my face and stuff, so it's kind of been a bad start.
Why is that? Is that like when my big brother ate all of my pudding? He did that once and then cried. It wasn't very nice of him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
You see, there's this mean girl.
Aw.
She's giving my friends and I a lot of trouble.
Zach. He's trying to be so careful with how he puts it.
Hard to keep up when things are like that, you know? especially when you can't do anything.
Also when she's like a ghost lady.
It's kind of scary. Makes you wish things will just stay as peaceful as they used to be.
Maybe she just wants to be friends with you?
Sorry to cut you off, Zach.
I highly doubt that. She already hurt one of my friends.
What if she's just sad? Or maybe she just wants help. That's what happened with Melody. I let her borrow my crayon when she left hers. Now we're playmates.
It's not really the same thing, Kylie. What she did, they're pretty bad things.
I still think there's another reason.
I'm with you on that, Kylie. I haven't actually thought about the fact that nobody has actually tried to talk to the ghost except for, oh my god, please don't eat my face. Like, the ghost has left this letter saying, help me. And she actually does say those words once in a while. I don't know if... Can she actually say anything other than help me? What does she need help with? How do we help her? So many questions.
Did you try talking to her? That's what Mama said I should do.
It'll be interesting if after this discussion, Zach actually tries talking to the ghost.
I don't think that'll work either.
Well, you know, she's gonna eat your face anyway. Might as well try everything.
You haven't even tried yet. You sound like Rowan. You're just scared, mister.
You'd be too, small child, if you saw the thing I seen this morning. That strikes a chord. Maybe it's the honesty in her tone, or simply the truth in the words itself. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh. Loud enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisure walk nearby.
Why are you laughing?
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
That's what I've been doing, ain't it? Go full speed ahead, then backtrack when the going gets tough. Stay in my safe zone, because that's what I know. Once Dr. Navarro said I should be the first one willing to deal with my problems before anyone else. I didn't show up on our next appointment after that. But he's right. And though I hate to admit it, knowing what I've seen, but the kid makes a good point, too. I've been so caught up thinking there might not be a way out. Maybe there isn't, or maybe there is, but that doesn't mean I should just leave it up to fate. Aren't spirits supposed to be humans before, too? Had people they cared about, lived a life of their own, smiled and laughed like the rest of us does? Do they really lose all of it after death?
You better get to school, though, or you'll miss sports day. You should have won yourself some awards, alright?
Alright. Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
You're such a precocious little girl. I like you. In the distance, her brother calls for her, and I took that as a sign to leave. Got things to do, to face. The first few steps, they say.
Nah, I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mister needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will. Thanks, mister. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for that random interaction with me. I give her a little pat on the head before heading my way. So wholesome. A small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know she might have helped. She may not understand it now, even though at such a young age she already has this understanding of things, but maybe when she's older. When the world no longer seems too big for her.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
Oh, God. Ghost, you better not have possessed this child.
With what?
Confused, I glanced back. Oh, this poor girl. Oh no, are you even real? Whatever cheer our little talk brought has vanished, under the shadow suddenly dancing in my eyes. This frigid air is most definitely not how the morning chill should feel like. Bitter, stinging, unwelcoming. And the kid.
What do you think, mister? Are you going to help me?
What do you want from us?
The response never comes, however. Because when I blinked... Gone. Okay, so you're a real child that got possessed... Okay, so if the ghost itself can't talk, it can at least take over other people, momentarily at least, and talk that way. Tell us what you want. What do you want? Let's put you to rest, girl. Stop haunting us.
Hello? Mister? Are you okay?
For several passing seconds, I let my stare linger on her face, waiting for any sign of another change. But all that remains in there is the carefree smile of a child. None of the spite, none of the cold, bloody smile. Did you feel anything weird just now, Kylie? Can you tell me?
Nothing, huh? I really need to go, Kylie. It was nice meeting you.
See you again, mister!
I break into a run. I don't look back, not even as I bump into a couple of passers-by as soon as I'm out on the busy streets. Okay, Zach, you run. I'ma read. Is this the new entry? No, this is the new entry. The one with the obvious small child on it. Zachary's nightmares became worse with each passing day. To help clear his mind of the unwanted images, Zach took a visit to the park. There he met little Kylie Suarez, a precocious young girl studying at St. Goretti. She is most precocious. Going insane. This is what it is. And if we don't do something soon, we all will be. Okay, but do you think the ghost is real and she's making you go insane? Or do you think you're insane and that's why you're seeing ghosts? Because if it's the former, then I agree. If we don't do something soon, we're all just going to be babbling idiots. And or dead. The tremors follow me even as I get home. I had hoped a little stroll around the block for a few hours would help. Instead, I am assaulted with more images of her. Her smile, the loathing in her eyes, the stench of gore, the horrid crunch that comes with every movement she makes. I feel like she's harassing Zach more than anybody else so far. Even old memories have been sullied by her, and Ma's song no longer sounds as sweet as it's meant to be. In the end, all I got is a sinking feeling I will never be rid of her image, and another ridiculous idea that may or may not even work. The sun is already hanging low on the horizon when I make it back. And for the first time, coming home feels more like a chore. Only, I didn't arrive to an empty room. Because as soon as I open the door, I am greeted by none other than...
Sup, Z-Man?
Oh god.
I told you we should have called him before going here.
It's fine.
It is Ashton I see first, sitting comfortably on my couch, munching on a bag of chips with both feet propped atop the coffee table. Whatever proverbial stone has made a home at the pit of my stomach automatically flies right out the window at the sight of him. But before any exasperation can set in, my attention is taken by the other occupant in the room. Isabella perches on the only other chair in the room, attempting to make herself smaller, it seems, from how closely she's hugging her arms against her. Nevertheless, she gives me a small smile when she notices my stare. Yet, somehow there ain't any warmth in it like it's supposed to have.
Hey, Zach. Sorry we just barged in here. Ash was...
Relax. Z-Man gave me a copy of the key himself.
Yeah, because he kept breaking in.
Only after you broke the 13th one.
13?
I can't keep replacing them every time you think it'd be a good idea to break into my apartment. And stop calling me Z-Man.
I didn't break anything this time.
Because you had a key.
Ash, just because I gave you a key doesn't mean you can just stroll in here whenever you want to. And, hey, is that my...
Ash smirks at me because, of course, he has the gall to smirk knowing what he did. He pops in what's very likely the last piece of chip into his mouth and folds the wrapper neatly on the table before throwing it on the nearby trash. From her chair, Isabella shoots me an apologetic smile as soon as the foil hits the waste bin with a dull thunk. Common sense dictates that I should be angry. But after everything, having something normal play out in front of me, no matter how childish their antics can get, I can't bring myself to muster even a tidbit of it. Behind me, the television starts blaring the music for the end credits of a movie. How long have you guys been here? They have likely been waiting for a while if Ash has gotten impatient enough to rummage through my cupboards and watch something.
Of course he eats all of it. You know, I was saving that for the weekend.
Man.
Did you at least share some with Bella?
Don't worry about it. I'm good, Zach.
Really? It's free food, you know.
That face.
What was that you usually say? You don't say no to free food? What happened?
No, I'm just not hungry.
You know, ghosts and things. Ash only shrugs at the question in my eyes. I can't be the only one who finds this vibe she's giving off to be odd, and the guy has no doubt already caught wind of it.
Aye. But if you want something, just say so.
I.
I've got a fully restocked pantry right here at your disposal. Still not a 5-star level thing, but for an empty stomach, it'd do. Just say the word.
Thanks, Zach. Maybe next time. Food is not really what we came here for. Ash, he's the one who...
She casts a brief glance at Ash, and in an instant he sits up. Every trace of amusement is gone from his face as he clasps his hand in front of him and leans forward. A minuscule gesture meant to ease, yet the grim expression on him tells a different story altogether.
All right, you two, what's this about? I don't like those looks. What I said was weird. I'm aware of that.
When?
But I'm not taking it back. Isabella's not the only one here who's seen it.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that Zach is just straight up saying, look, I saw the ghost, okay? I'm gonna corroborate Bella's story and not be like, yeah, so, you know, I have had bad nightmares based on my history and, probably the medication and the heat and stuff. A short but tense pause follows. They're both stalling. Under normal circumstances, I'd wait. With these two, the more you force it, the more they'll clamp down on it. But as a handful of seconds continue to slip by, the unsettling feeling in me also grows with it. Soon it turns into impatience. Before I can demand a response, though, one of them finally speaks up. It is Ashton who first breaks it. I'd love to know what all these story updates are, but I'm gonna resist the urge to click on that leaf and see what's going on.
I'm not asking you to. No, you're right. There really are some odd things going on here lately.
How is everything with you lately, Zach?
I saw a ghost.
Hold on, Ash. Both of you.
I also saw a ghost possess a small child.
Did I just hear you say that? Is this why Isabella's here? Has something happened?
Calm down, we're just here to check on things. So, did you meet Andrew about the photos?
What photographs?
Said photographs has been sitting untouched since the day I dumped them in my drawer. Isabella goes very still when I hand her the small stack. To her credit, she does not flinch like I'm expecting her to, and flips through each of it in silence. But while her eyes remain strangely calm, her hands have gone rigid and her mouth has set into a thin line. She, out of all people, understands what this means. In hindsight, she should have been the one I approached before Ash. Hello, random phone dingling? Alright.
What did Andrew say about them?
It could be one, but there's no guarantee it's a supernatural thing. It doesn't always happen. So, that's a dead end right there. Now that I think about it, bothering that guy for this feels pretty silly now. But with the dreams lately...
That's all? Did he say anything about the damn letter at all?
You guys talked about the letter like a couple days ago. I had nothing to do with the letter.
Did you ask him even?
I asked about photos. That's what I had, man. I paused, glancing at him skeptically. I don't know where the sudden curiosity is coming from. But if Ashton, calm, cool, collected, always logical Ashton, takes interest in this, something or someone must have fucked shit up somewhere. Or the world is ending. Seconds pass. The apocalypse... apocalypse? Yes. The apocalypse I'm expecting to go along with it doesn't arrive, however.
Yeah, that's really everything. The letter kind of slipped my mind. The photos were more important at that time. There was some stuff about the local horror stories, though. Talked about the curses, and he was really fascinated with the story about a wraith asking for a sacrifice to move on. Kinda nasty if you ask me, but it does make sense if you simply go along with it. I'm not sure how this will help in the grand scheme of things. Why are you asking about this anyway?
Rose's death isn't just a coincidence, Zach. It may have something to do with... I may have...
Wait, stop right there for a sec, Bella. I thought you ain't buying this stuff, Ash. Just the other day, you said the exact same thing.
Call him out, Zach.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something.
Rebecca? What is happening with Rebecca?
Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
Alright. So, because all of Ashton's friends are like, there is something going on, he's finally like, okay, I may not believe in ghosts, but something, it's too much of a coincidence for all three of my friends to be experiencing similar experiences. So now he's got his detective hat on.
Are you sure you even have the time? Ain't you busy with your current case?
I got taken off that one.
You didn't say you were taken off your case.
I just got the news this morning. Apparently the higher-ups think I'm doing a horrendous job at it.
Oof.
It doesn't matter though. If these two cases are connected like I initially thought, then regardless, I'm on the right track.
Are you sure we should even be doing this?
Doing what exactly?
There's some place we'll visit after this.
Too vague for comfort, Ash. And please don't tell me you're bringing her with you.
His affirmation comes in the form of a stare, but that alone says all I need to know. What I pointed out gives him a pause, though, and his voice is thick with hesitation when he addresses Isabella.
You know what? Zach's right, Isabella. You don't have to come with me.
It's not myself I'm worried about. It's you. I'll just do this myself, if it'll get you into more trouble with your superiors. At least I can make up an excuse why I need to be there.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not walking in there without me. Besides, I think it's a little too late to back out now.
What are you two up to?
Have you two seen the news this morning?
I haven't, actually. Mama called, and I was busy.
That sounds ominous. The change in the air around her, while small, cannot have gone unnoticed, and it takes every willpower not to ask. Oh god, I hope her dad didn't die. Getting, like... When did she get the call from her mom? It's the 29th today. No. 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 Oh, it was way before the 20... Yeah. Oh, no. Let's see. No. Yeah. It's like days ago. To get 2 phone calls from the Philippines in like a week. Oh, no. That's worrisome. Probably the only thing reigning in my curiosity is the fact that Ash himself hasn't brought it up either.
No problem. It should be in the afternoon news as well.
Another victim by the Anselm Butcher? Man burned after room catches fire. Help me, help me, help me. He grabs the remote and cycles through numerous channels until he gets to a news report about another guy who has been found dead in the early hours of the morning today. Did he also work at the mansion, getting it ready? Burned alive this time. Oddly, no fire has spread, and whatever damage has been contained within the place the body was found. Creepy. The room itself, however, has been completely vandalized. Help me. Help me. Help me. Another murder, the authorities claimed. Isabella and I knew better. None of us shifts even after the report ends, but the room has suddenly felt stifling. Ashton's eyes have gone hooded with what appears to be restrained anger, and the remote in his hand creaks mildly under his grip. The stone is back in my stomach. A tiny little thing gripping at my insides, growing with every passing second as the dread sinks in. In the thick of it, Isabella's voice is the one that breaks the hush. A small, weak thing on its own that wavers unevenly between words, but every syllable heavy with meaning.
This is because of that thing, isn't it? I did this somehow.
It's not your fault, girl. When it fades, all that's left in the air is her doubt and fear, while all we can do is to cope. I mean, you didn't even show the letter to the guy who just burned alive. Like, you think you just unleash this once you touch the letter? I mean, I don't know, it's kind of far-fetched, girl. Is there something I can say to make her feel better? Yeah, we got this. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna mystery ink this. Alright, all of us. I'm gonna keep all y'all alive and we're gonna solve this and figure out what this ghost wants, okay? And then you and Ash are gonna smooch and live happily ever after.
It ain't too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 of us here.
Nice. Oh, I got it with both of them. Very cool. Man, forget Isabella and Ash. Zach and Ash about to smooch soon.
4 if you count Rebecca.
No, she's staying away from this.
She lifts her gaze at me, eyes steady and shoulders squared as she holds it against the baffled look I give her. Although in the next second it immediately softens and it takes me by surprise nevertheless. In those brief moments, it's like I faced a different person.
I don't want to involve her in this any more than I already have. Both of you as well.
I already said it. That's completely out of the question. Stop asking.
Still in all, that's 2 extra heads who can do the thinking. Between us 3, I'm sure we'll figure something out pretty soon.
Don't make this whole thing sound like it's a piece of cake to deal with.
It ain't. But better than sitting around, yeah? Plan is still a plan.
Yeah.
You're going to shoot yourself in the foot one day with that kind of thinking. We don't even know who's doing this.
Oh, don't pretend like I didn't get more affection with you, Ash.
The last 2 murders might just be similar incidents done by 2 different suspects.
That's true. I mean, how long have these murders been going on, first of all? Like, decades, centuries, just recently? If it's recently, is it... Was there... I've got like a crazy theory now. Was there like a serial killer years ago that killed in this style, disappeared, and it's just coincidence that there's like a copycat serial killer that's now doing this, and the help me is actually not connected to the letters help me at all? It's just... Although, man, that would be a hell of a coincidence, but now you got my detective gears whirring? Turning? They're doing something, Ash.
Hasn't stopped you from going after them before. Remember that time when you...
Okay, stop right there. There will be no retelling of that incident today, Z-Man.
You already know what I'm gonna say?
Or ever.
Keep calling me Z-Man and maybe I will.
We'll see what happens. Suddenly, Isabella laughs. Though muffled by her hands, it rings light and easy against the thick tension in the room. Still a far cry from the usual cheer she carries, but brings a welcome shift in the otherwise dreary mood.
Thanks, you two.
I'll tell you about it when he's not around.
Nice.
Give it up, Z-Man. She's not interested.
Who says I'm not?
Ash makes a face, but chuckles at the jest despite himself.
Why am I even friends with you two?
Because you love us. And like this, most of our worries ebb away, if only for a few moments. They take their leave mere minutes close to sundown. But regardless of the lighter mood, little has been said of their plans, only vague hints of what they're aiming to do after. While it ain't any of my business to know, something about this whole thing still gnaws at me. A tiny passing thought urges me to do something as well. At this hour, the streets are once again busy with people heading home after a hard day's work. Little of the bustle matters to them as they step out the crowded walkway, however. Ash especially. There's only his goal in his mind, and I'd wager there's nothing I can do to stop him at this point. He's probably decided on it long before they made the decision to drop by. But despite this, Isabella lags behind. A worried crease is back on her forehead as she watches Ash leave to get his car.
Something wrong, Bella?
No, actually, can you check on Becca for me after this? I really didn't get the chance to tell her where I'm headed off to. Tell her I'm okay, and we're... No, just that. That's all.
Why don't you tell her yourself?
You sure I should skip on that part? If she finds out about this, she'll be angry. I don't really want to deal with angry Rebecca. It gives me a stomachache just thinking about it.
Neither do I, but I'll handle it if she gets mad. Just make sure she's safe and tell her to be careful. You too. Take care of yourself.
Almost abruptly, she pauses, the gaze in her eyes hardening as she lapses into another one of those long, distant silences from earlier. This ain't just because of the whole fiasco with the letter anymore.
I don't want what happened to Rose to happen to you guys as well.
This one cut deeper. Before I can ask about it, Ashton returns, casually swinging his car keys on one hand and gestures at Isabella.
Come on, we don't have much time. Shirley's waiting.
Who's sure? Oh, right.
Why do you have to say it like Shirley's waiting and you know how cantankerous she gets?
Don't answer that. I don't want to hear it, you huge dork.
Says the person who gave her stuffed toys names. Batcat? Really?
Excuse you, they are making a movie about Batcat.
It's cute. Yours is just weird.
I'll see you later, Zach.
She spares me another smile, and as I watch her walk off, only now did it occur to me that none of those she gave today ever did reach her eyes. I make a grab for the back of Ash's parka. He staggers briefly before correcting himself and shooting me a confused stare.
Is she alright?
What? Who's okay?
Shirley.
Isabella. She's been, I don't know, out of it today? Did something happen earlier?
The scowl on his face says it all.
She's actually been like that this morning. I'll ask, but...
Just do me a favor and watch over her. We have no idea what we're dealing with. I don't know what happened to her since the last time I saw her, but from how she's been doing today, whatever it is, seems like a pretty big deal. Wait, you didn't annoy her again, did you? Because I swear to God, if you did, you've got another thing coming for you.
Yeah, protective big brother Zach.
What? No. Why would I?
Because it's you.
Just so you know, I already apologized for the one at the movie house. Granted, she deserved more of an apology, but I meant it that time.
Oh, well, you meant it.
I'm just asking. I'll take your word for it. But if you can find out what's bothering her, that'd be nice. Honestly, I don't think it's the letter this time.
I'll see what I can do.
Make sure you keep yourself out of harm's way, alright?
Yeah, you too. Don't do anything reckless again.
Reckless, no. But I can't make you to promise I won't do anything. After seeing that, there's no way in hell I'm going to pretend there ain't a problem when there is. This is a really big one, and I'll be damned if I let anything happen to you guys while I sit here. I'm done running when things get tough.
Dang, go Zachary. He's about to argue for a moment, but...
Look, bro, if things ain't good, I'll be the first one out. But allow me this one thing, alright? Just this one time. If it doesn't work out, you'll be the first one to know. You can laugh then, or berate me all you want, but please don't ask me to step aside like I'm incapable of doing anything to help.
I've no idea if it is the look on my face or the tone of my voice. Ultimately, although his mouth presses into a thin line, he nods.
All right. Stay safe, Zach.
When he stumbles into the sidewalk and allows the afternoon crowd to swallow him whole, I like to think the tiny gleam in his eyes is the closest we can get to optimism in this situation. Upon returning to his apartment, Zachary was greeted by Ashton and Isabella. Now suspicious of what was happening, Ashton informs Zach that he and Isabella will try and get to the bottom of this. He also warns Zach to be careful. Look at this power couple. Whether that alone will be enough to give me a peaceful sleep tonight remains to be remains to be said. Night falls, and despite my best attempts, sleep continues to elude me. With her image still stuck in my head, flashing every few moments, it catches me off guard, with Ma's lullaby still echoing in my ears, no longer the soft tune it once was. I don't even know how you can think about sleeping here. I'd like rent a hotel or something, just because I'm like a ghost girl that climbed up my legs and tried to eat my face last night. And the terrible gnawing at the pit of my stomach, it's no wonder I can't bring myself to drift off even for a little while. It is not as if there's a complete lack of things to do while waiting for sleep to come, if it ever will. And at 2:45 in the morning, I find myself cleaning my photography equipment for no other reason than just to pass time. I'm suspicious of this. There's a lot of empty space here. It's an interesting angle. Though if I am going to be honest, it is not the night terrors that are keeping me wide awake tonight, but the anxiety and the hope I'll hear from Ash or Isabella soon. And for what perhaps the 42nd time, my eyes shift over to the end of the table where my phone lies still. I've not heard from them since they left. That was hours ago. They haven't promised a call, of course, but a small part of me wishes they would have the common sense at the very least. Waiting is a tough game, and with the concerns stretching out the minutes far longer than usual, it's impossible for more unpleasant thoughts not to enter my mind. Moreover, it does not help that when the clock finally strikes 3, my hand stills. What is going on with your leg, Spider-Woman? Oh, God. You are giant. I'm not looking at that. It'll be a complete and utter lie to say my heart didn't leap straight to my throat in that brief second. My whole body has gone motionless, ears straining for any further sounds. A couple of tense seconds pass. Nothing. Of course, with how old the building I'm staying in, power fluctuations ain't anything new, and the is perfectly normal. Every now and then, that's what happens, leaving a few tenants in a rather bad mood. Nothing unusual anymore after a few years of living here. But this time, the sudden hush brings with it a stillness that raised the hair at the back of my neck and set my heart beating hard against my chest. I feel like this is going to be a QTE. Something reeks in the air, and in an instant, this place is no longer home. It's a prison. Every rational fiber in my being screams at me to leave. I force myself to swallow and keep a clear head as I lay down all my cleaning tools and begin gathering together the rest of my things scattered about on the table. The camera's body, lenses, filters, diffuser, phone, anything my hand could reach, but in the resulting panic, like in the nightmares, it is the scent that reaches me first. A foul, putrid smell filling my lungs with the heavy stink of death. My fingers clamp tightly to the camera, holding it closer to my body as if the tiny thing would provide enough protection to whatever is with me in the room. Please don't make me take a picture of this thing in the dark. It won't. That's the only comfort I have. And knowing that whoever she is, she had once been human. Perhaps not all of it is gone. Perhaps some of it is still there.
Hello? I know you're in here. What do you want?
Something moves behind me, a soft scuttling over the walls, followed by the squelch and painful creaking of what can only be rotten flesh and broken spider bones. Without hesitation, I whirl around, my fingers and camera ready, patiently waiting for another movement. Oh no.
I can help you. Whatever it is that keeps you here, I can help.
Don't take a picture of it.
That's what the letter's for, ain't it? You don't have to keep taking people's lives.
Oh boy. There's a brief moment of silence after, and for a short while I think my pleas worked. Oh no. Then with no warning, the shuffling resumes, and along with it are the sobs of a woman. Oh god. Oh, she disappeared. I saw her for a second. Ah! Gosh. Oh, I saw her. I saw her shadow. Oh, I am shaking. Oh, I took so many pictures. Okay, let's get out of here, Zach. Oh boy, I am like shaking like a leaf. I hate being in the dark, as it is. Never mind when there's an actual ghost girl about to eat my face. Oh, the light flashes fleetingly one last time, allowing me a glimpse of her grotesque, misshapen features before it is once again lost in the darkness. All of a sudden, her tune changes. No longer a soft cry, but a high-pitched shriek brimming with pain, grief, and anger. I guess she doesn't like getting her picture taken. Every ounce of courage I've mustered flees from my body at the sound, and the next thing I know, my hand is gripping the knob and I'm wrenching the door open. Her wails follow me as I flee into the night. I think I just sleep outside at this point, because at least you can get away quickly. Yeah, Zach, I feel your pain. Pacing has always been more of Ashton's thing than mine. When I want to think, I sit and let the minutes tick by until an idea comes to mind or my pulse settles down. And yet, dried leaves and twigs crack under my shoes as I make another pass at them. Terror is too mild to describe what this is. There's no way in hell I'm going back. Whatever she is pleading won't work. The moment we saw that letter, she's been after us.
But I can't run. Not this time.
So what? Nearly 2 hours have gone by since I left the comfort of my room for the solitude of the park. 2 excruciating hours since I've started making calls. No one's answering? Oh, God. Not even Rebecca, who has always kept her phone line open in case other people need her? What do you do when nobody answers? Or Isabella, who frequently checks hers for any messages and readily responds as soon as she can afford. It does not help that Ash hasn't said a word where he went off to as well.
Damn it! I knew I should have asked him before I let him leave.
Knowing him, he can be anywhere. But there's really only one place he'll likely be at this time. Oh. You think they came here? Interesting. Okay, I'm calm. Gonna have some calming water. Okay, we're good. The sun has already peeked over the horizon when I make it to the mansion. I have no idea what I'm expecting to see when I got here. There's Ashton, first and foremost. A part of me wishes my assumptions are correct and he's really somewhere close by on a stakeout. I mean, if he's not, we're just a guy, you know, trespassing on someone else's property. But I've never been the lucky sort when it comes to that kind of guessing. And even after I've made a round of the immediate vicinity, I could find neither hide nor hair of him. Calling him does no good either, considering how awful the signal here is. Oh, that's right, I forgot about the signal. He can't be too far if he's really here. But if he is, he would have already noticed me by now. Instead, there is only silence. The kind too quiet to find any sort of comfort in. Even the trees seem to have fallen asleep with the rest of the mansion, oblivious to what's happening around it. A small island of stillness in the otherwise fast-paced world. No wonder the whole of Anselm feels at odds with the rest of Luxburn. While the city is alive, growing every minute, breathing every second, and pulsating with life, the village remains unmoving. Unchanged. It's not surprising the legend still lives up to this day, and why she's still here, walking its hallowed halls. And beyond me, the mansion looms ominously. But now ain't the time for fear. Even if Ash is not here, I've still got to let the Wrights know what I've seen, what's in their home. And whatever grievance Ash has with them doesn't matter. There might be grounds for imprisonment, but they don't deserve a brutal death at the hands of one malicious spirit. And I'm sure Isabella would want the same thing. I head straight for their door without a second thought. Man, it takes a special kind of bravery to go up to someone's house and be like, I know I'm gonna sound completely batty, but I don't want you to die, so I'm gonna ring your doorbell and tell you that there's a ghost here. It takes a few rings, the sound loud above the foreboding stillness, before I hear footsteps on the other side.
Gordon Bennett! Only a Nancy would knock at such an ungodly hour.
Gordon Bennett!
Where's that damn butler when I need him?
Oh. It's gonna take a special kind of bravery when there's a dark aura behind this guy. Before long, the door swings widely open, with Mr. Luke Wright standing behind it. Seething would be a complete understatement to describe him. Like this, I've got no doubt why Ash would find him a suspect.
You? How the hell did you get in here?
I wonder what that story update was.
What in 7 hells do you want? It's bloody 6 in the morning!
Who's dressed in a suit at 6 in the morning?
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
Oh, it's not a good time. Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't. Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep.
In a suit?
Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
Before I can get a word in, he slams the door to my face and bolts it shut with much finality.
Wait, sir, you gotta hear me out. You're both in danger if you stay in there. Have you seen the news lately? Everything's not a coincidence.
Only silence answers me. Maybe if it was Miss Wright. Oh, who am I kidding? There are limits to how far a person will believe in you, especially when they have, like, no relationship with you whatsoever. I mean, yeah, like you're friends with Isabella, and you didn't believe her. This is just some random person that you did, like, you didn't even talk to him. You talked to his wife for an interview. Once. So, ugh. Then again, I didn't believe Isabella when she warned us. And now I'm here, desperately trying to save people, even if I'm aware it's completely out of my own capacity to do so. Is this what they call karma? If so, this is one horrible way of turning things around. Taking people's lives, playing with people's fears, making them feel useless.
You're around, ain't you? You here? Inside this house?
I know you hear, ghost.
Listening, watching, or whatever it is that you spirits do?
Killing and haunting.
What did they do to you? I can help you, you know? If it'll let you move on, I'll gladly do so.
Unless you need me to, like, kill myself, in which case, nope.
You don't have to kill anyone.
Nothing. I don't even know who I'm talking to, or if a sane person is supposed to be doing that. The only thing I got after is a feeling of foolishness washing over me. Or perhaps this is just me losing my mind. Out of other options and any other ideas, I let my hand slide off the door's surface and fall listlessly to my sides. I can go back to Luxborn, try to find the others, try to get out of this mess with them, or let them know how much in deep shit we all are. Both sound good. Both is good. Either way, my loitering here ain't helping at all. I let the quietness calm me for a few more minutes before standing up and heading out to fetch my bike. It's quite a distance to Luxburn, but if I hurry, I'll reach it in maybe... The rustling stops as soon as I turn around and strain my ears for any other movement around me.
Yo, Ash, you there?
No answer. If he is here, and I've just missed him earlier... Already my feet are moving in search of him for the second time. It won't hurt to double check. Triple check, even. We should go. With how big the property is, he can be anywhere. If things ain't so urgent, if they ain't so dire that lives are at stake, I'd probably have just waited for him to show up again.
But damn it! He needs to realize what exactly it is he's dealing with.
That it is not just a petty criminal he can simply throw in jail. That it is something beyond the authority his police badge could ever give him. The guy needs to stop playing the big damn hero, sit down, and chill. My breathing comes in short, shallow rasps by the time I make it back to where I started. Still no sign of him, and I'm beginning to think I'm just wasting my time here. But that is when I hear it. That's creepy. I'd recognize the melody in a heartbeat. Ma's favorite song. I listen for a while, trying to gauge where exactly from the house it's coming from. My feet starts moving before I can stop them. And there, as I circle a corner, from a room in the first floor, a single window is open, but I can't make out whoever's inside. However, I'm sure the singing comes from there. Still, why I'll hear an old tune here of all places, I won't know. It's not an obscure song by all means, but it is pretty rare to find someone who knows this. And for some reason, death seems to follow this song around. I mean, is that fair considering, like, it was your mom's favorite song and not a lot of people actually know it? Okay, who screamed? Oh no, it's the ghost. Never mind. Panic lodges itself at the base of my throat at once. Whoever is humming might be... I don't want to be the pessimist now, but on the off chance that it is Miss Wright? Nope, that is not Miss Wright crying.
Shit.
I shouldn't just barge in there. I can put myself in danger before I can save anyone. Ash will tell me so in the exact same words. Might even write me a dissertation why that is a bad idea if he ain't so lazy. But damn it, damn it, damn it, god damn it! Someone could be in danger. Nah, man, this is... You know what this is? This is that damn cellar door all over again. You don't just break in and get yourself killed when there's a ghost lady crying, using a song that she's been haunting you with for like the past week. Get out of here. Get on your bicycle and bike Bike to Bella's house. Bike to Rebecca. Bike to where Ash is. If you don't want to go home, don't go in here. Mind your own business. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The half that has spent too much time around Ash. It's right, though. The reasonable part. If I do force my way in and find something unpleasant, how am I going to fight back? With my camera? No matter where you look at it, that's simply asking for a painful death.
I have a better chance if I find Ash. Where's he snooping about?
Perhaps I should try the forest? Make a round farther into the gardens? Not a sound plan, but it's better than nothing. The woman's soft sobs have subsided now by some means. Suspicious. Almost inaudible, to the point where I'm wondering if I truly heard what I heard. I didn't get to dwell much on it, though, because right in that moment, my phone rings. The sharp notes cutting, piercing through the thick quietude. He's alive! Unless it's like, come to the attic. In which case, nope, I'm out. I clamp a hand over it, pressing the button before the speakers are close to my ear.
Are you?
Don't you dare say attic. I only caught the tail end of the person's greeting on the other side, but I know the voice well enough, including the
What was that, Ash? Could you repeat that? Signal shitty here.
I asked, where are you?
Oh, thank goodness it stopped.
Hell, Zach, I've been calling your number for a good 20 minutes now. What kind of shithole did you get into?
Ghost one.
Good morning to you, too. I should be asking you that question. I've been looking all over the mansion for you. I thought you'd be...
What mansion?
The mansion.
Do I really need to answer that?
For real?
Why are you even... No, wait. Just get your ass here at Isabella's place, and hurry.
I shift my gaze into the mansion, specifically at the window I heard the cries from. There is nothing of it now, not even echoes.
How urgent is this?
Pressing enough for you to stop asking questions and get yourself here.
Yeah, I'm like, does it really matter?
Please, Zach.
That gives me a pause. It's a rare thing for him to take on that tone.
I'll be there in a few. An hour or two, tops.
Thanks. I'll see you.
Alright, what do we got? 30th. A terrified Zachary went looking for Ashton in the Ermengarde mansion, but to no avail. He also tried to warn Luke Wright about the spirit supposedly living in the house, but was simply turned away. As he was about to give up, he received an urgent call from Ashton, ordering him to head straight for Salemwell Residences. I rush back to my bike as soon as the call ends. Without another look, I leave the mansion along with its haunting melodies and grim echoes behind. There are more important things than my own curiosity and impulses. That was the end. Oh my goodness. Look at that anime poster! Marianne McCullough? She's a secret weeb? Oh man, I am so excited. Alright, well, since we're starting a new chapter, I think I'm gonna end this episode here, but next time, I can't wait to learn more about our Irish lady. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.